Hi guys, it's me, the Witch of Boise, here to do a tarot deck review. I'm so excited. I love doing these videos. Make sure you do like this video, hit subscribe. Also comment below, tell me if any of this resonates with you or if you have any questions on the deck. Any sort of interaction with this video does help build my channel, so I do appreciate those. So I went to one of my favorite magic shops, and I've had this deck, I've not even touched it, for like over a month. I went to one of my favorite magic shops in town. I have a special place for it. I went here all the time in high school, and it is the Crone's Cupboard. And there is their website and their location and phone number if you have any questions. They do have an online shop, so you can check them out. But when I went to Crone's Cupboard, I was there to get some stones for some friends, and I'll just leave this right here. And I got those stones, and of course, every time I'm in a magic shop, I'm going to look at their tarot selection and see if they have any like oracle cards or anything like that. And this trip I was very successful with because I had to upgrade on my purse cards. So for the longest time, which was also bought at Crone's Cupboard, I was using the tiny tarot deck in my purse. It is so nice to have something so small, but it is really hard to do readings and to shuffle. So I usually just like spread them out and then have whoever pick the cards that are speaking to them. But I upgraded, and you can see the like the card that came to me, the interview review that I did for this deck. This is my new purse deck, and that's the Morgan Greer Tarot. This was a reprint. It was originally printed in the 1970s, so the artwork is like vintage and cool, and I have been wanting this for so long. And with tarot decks, there's so many people that have so many rules, and like you can't buy your own decks or whatnot, and you do what you do. For me, unless it is like something like a collector's item or something that I absolutely desperately want, I try to just stick with the magic shops because it almost seems a little bit more magical anyways when it just becomes more in an alignment for it. And the cool thing about this is that it's a tin container, so it's perfect as a purse deck. And it's small. It's like a pack of, like a deck of cards of just like plain cards. So anyways, and you can see that on my Instagram, Witch of Boise. Go follow me there. But this is not for that. This is a completely different deck that I've been so excited to open up, but I really wanted to do a review for it. So without further ado, I got the Crow Tarot, created by MJ Cullinane. And again, I really apologize if I butcher your name. It is spelled C-U-L-L-I, N as in Nancy, A-N as in Nancy, E. So really beautiful. Anytime I see anything that's associated with crows, I'm very drawn to it. Raven and crows. I have like a raven friend up in the wilderness at my family's cabin that I like to talk to, and one of the things that you'll find in my Instagram specifically, I have a post on there about 3 crows and how important they are to me. It's an omen for me, at least, of just like very magical stuff. So anything that was crow, I was for it. So I'm like, let's get this going. So I just got a pin to help me with getting the plastic off. I told you, this is like brand new. I've had this for over a month. And it's now time to do the interview with it. So I'm going to kind of change the angle just a little bit on the camera so you can kind of see what I'm dealing with. And then you're not going to see a lot of my face, but this is not about me. This is about our Crow Tarot. First of all, the packaging is great. I love the size. It looks like it is like a normal Oracle card size box. The texture of it is matte, so it's really just kind of a cool texture. So on the back it says, paying homage to the mystical energies of crows and ravens, Crow Tarot invites us to fly through the veil and connect with our intuitive powers. This artfully created 78 card deck is infused with the familiar symbolism of the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, making it ideal for both beginners and professional readers. The 88-page guidebook presents upright and reversed meanings and includes a custom Crow Tarot spread. Very cool. That is awesome. I love the fact that they have a guidebook that is going to be doing uprights and reversals, and that it is familiar symbolism to traditional Rider-Waite tarot. So sometimes these decks can get a little bit obscure, but that makes me really happy. Oh, but yeah, the box is really nice. It's a really thick box. It's not flimsy. Okay, so here's our guidebook. So that's what it looks like. It's pretty thin. And I say thin in the sense that it's not going to take up a lot of room. Okay. So another thing I like to look at with these guidebooks, and it's just like a big pet peeve of mine, and I get it. A lot of it has to do with when you're publishing these. It's black and white in here. I love when it's colored pictures, but the cool thing, at least with this, is it's not a lot of pictures. So for it being so thin, that's actually a really good sign. Because a lot of these books are like double the size, and it's because they do like black and white pictures of what the card is, and then all of that. So it looks pretty good. I'm gonna do, let's do strength. So number 8, keywords: inner strength, passion, confidence, element fire. Okay. So the crow has learned how to remove her ego, quieting the hum of fear, allowing her to hear the inner guidance of her higher conscious. It is from this place she wields the true power of strength. Very cool. And then when reversed, strength will be a warning that you are not in control of your emotions and your motives are out of fear or ego. Very cool. So, let's do 10 of Cups. Oh, this has a little bit of glue on it. It looks like it's binding glue. That's all right though. So, oh my gosh, there's more in here. So this is what I'm looking at. There's like glue. And it just kind of rips, just to get that off, it kind of puts some of the letters off. I hope that's the only page. But let's do one of my favorite minor arcanas, and that's the 10 of Cups. So I'm just also kind of seeing, I like to read to see what they're saying about the card, how accurate to the traditional tarot it is, and how they're incorporating crows, because that's another big part of it as well. So the happy couple sits on a budding branch of a cherry blossom tree, watching their fledglings resting comfortably in their nest. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Good luck will soon enter your home. And then a reverse 10 of Cups warns you that you may be feeling disconnected and unable to spend quality time with those you love. It serves as a reminder to take time to reflect on the ways that you can create a more harmonious life with those around you. Very cool. Okay, so at least with the guidebook, it's very straight to the point. It's going to, it does do the elements of the crows. So that is a plus. So far, so good, except that glue. I don't like that. But that's, you can't, I hope it's just this one and not more. But it did seem like it was like binding glue or something like that. Okay, these cards are in plastic. I'm trying to get my talons on them. I might have to get my pen. I just need a good... Okay. Perfect. So let me put this up so you can kind of see it too while I'm fiddling around with this. Put that there. Okay. So off the bat, this is actually really kind of cool. Now I'm gonna move these so I can. So I'm not even looking at the imagery, but like the color on this, I don't know how well you're able to see this, but it's almost like a dyed paper, and it's all different colors too. So it kind of reminds me, because you have like a blue and like a greenish yellow. It looks like there's almost like a pink and purple, but it reminds me of like when you would dye like papers and stuff. So that's really kind of a cool detail. So it looks like these are all in order. Here, I'll show you the Fool. I don't want to show off all the cards, just because like I just want to be respectful to the producer of this deck, as well as like you want to be able to be surprised if you're liking this deck. You want to look at them yourself. But the Fool's really cool. It's a really cool image. And then this is my 2021 card of the year, which is the Magician, and this is actually pretty cool too. So it's really cool design that they're doing on this. And I want to say it looks like, I don't even know how to describe it. It almost looks like stained glass and like collage. It's really neat how they did it. Oh, look at the High Priestess. Okay, I'm going to stop like showing all of them off though. But she looks beautiful with that veil, which makes total sense because the High Priestess is like the, she reminds me of like, here's a nerd thing. If you like Sailor Moon, she reminds me of Sailor Pluto. Like she's the gatekeeper between the physical world and the spiritual world. So if you're from the spiritual world trying to go into the physical world, she's going to stop you, as well as vice versa. If you're trying to get to the spiritual world, you have to go through her, and she's all about intuition, and she's like the keeper of the veil. So it's really interesting that they did that, almost like the Virgin Guadalupe. Just like, it's just really cool. It's really neat. Okay, so let's look at some that's the major arcanas. Oh, here's our 10 of Cups. Look at that. I don't know what I was expecting with, oh, well that makes sense because that's the High Priestess. I don't know what I was expecting with the artwork, because the artwork on here looks a little bit more intense. Like, let's compare to this. So here's what is on the front, and here's the image of the card. So it's a little bit different, and I think that they're beautiful cards, don't get me wrong. But I think that this is a little bit misleading to what the kind of the style is, because that's just a little background from me. I was in AP art in high school. Sorry. But I was in AP art, and so that's one of the things I love about these decks is just the different kinds of artwork and how it is. And this, I feel like this kind of like misrepresents it a little bit. The actual box looks a lot deeper and more, the colors are richer on it. And the cards, they kind of, I don't mean to be mean about it, but they kind of look like someone went on to Google Images and then like copied and pasted it. And so, you know, when you do that, if you're like doing a project or whatever, and you shouldn't do that because people work hard on it, but if you're not like making a profit or whatever, but you copy and paste it, put it on something, and then you print it out, and it kind of has like a weird fuzz to it. Like that's kind of what these are. They're not very clear. And like with this one, it just seems like the contrast is up and it's a little bit sharper. I have to be really honest with you. I'm a little bummed by that. But these are really, I don't want to take away from the artist's work because it is very beautiful. I just wish that they would have done something, maybe had a different printing company. I don't know. I'm not really loving it like I thought I would. Yeah, it's super weird. It just looks super fuzzy, and I'm trying to have it focus. But I think it's also having a hard time because it's really cloudy. And I don't know, maybe that's what they did and then like altered it that way. I'm just not a fan of that. I thought it was going to be more of like this kind of color scheme too, and it's definitely not. It's a lot lighter. But let me just kind of feel the cards. I have my traditional deck right here, and this is where we're going to do a comparison of the card size. So as you can see, it's a lot larger and thicker than this one. And with these traditional tarot, they are going to be a little bit longer, but this is a lot bigger. And this actually reminds me more of a oracle deck. And this one, yeah, because this is like, yeah, Witch's Tarot is like a little bit smaller. But so the size is a lot bigger than a normal deck. I'm going to just kind of start to shuffle these, see how that goes. It definitely feels like an oracle card just because of the size. And the size does matter for me because this is how I shuffle. I don't do the Vegas way of cutting the deck like this and going about it like that. I don't like that. It actually makes me want to cringe anytime I see someone doing it. So, yeah, I like a smaller card just because it's easier to handle. And I have small hands. I have really small hands. So, the bigger the cards, they're just a lot harder to deal with. So now I'm getting into the process of doing an interview for a deck. So for this deck, I want to see what message it has for me. It might just have a really shitty message, pardon my language, a really crappy message, just because I just tore its artwork apart. But we'll see what it does. What message does Crow Tarot have to tell me? And this will also give me an energy of what kind of deck this is as well. It'll tell me if it's sassy. It'll tell me if it's just kind and good. Sometimes it will be very truthful. And yeah, so we're just going to try to see what it has to say. What message do you have for me? For tarot. Okay, there's one. Interesting. Okay. So it's number 7, the Chariot. I'm just looking at it, just kind of wanted to see what kind of imagery they have with it. It's definitely up in the clouds. Let's see what the little guidebook has to say about it. Keywords: determination, willpower, drive, and success. The element is water. The triumphant crow, soaring through the stormy sky with fearlessness and strength, rides a chariot of thunderous clouds to victory. The chariot is assigned to go forward with confidence, knowing that your well-executed plan will be a success. It asks that you summon your power to fly above the barriers and soar through obstacles. The crow who rides victoriously on the chariot has learned to harness his aggression, extracting only the positive energy required to finish the task. That's very interesting because the chariot is also the card of my personal year of 2000, I want to say 16, 18? It was 18, I think. I don't remember what year it was, but it was like a major year. It was, I think it was 18. 19? Actually, I think it was 19. It was 2019. And that was a really good year. That was like the start of Witch of Boise. Witch of Boise actually was founded on December, I want to say 14th, 2018. And so 2019 was the Chariot year. So it was definitely a good year. So that's a really good energy to be coming off of this deck. So I really do like that about it. Now, let's just kind of go over the little tidbits. I'm just going to move this camera up. I think my overall grade for this deck would be about a B-. And that's kind of low. But I gotta tell you, the artwork actually really bummed me out. I don't know, and I wish I would know a little bit more about the process of it, but it's not crisp. Again, it looks like someone just like copied and pasted it onto a card and called it good. So like it's just not sharp. And I really like sharp imagery. And I do feel like it was very misleading by this cover and how they decided to do the color scheme of it. I thought it was going to be a lot more moodier than it is. But I just got to say that the artwork really bums me out with how the quality is not very good. I can tell just by looking at some of this, and of course, like it's hard to for you guys to see it on camera, but like I can tell that it's a lot more detailed than it is, and that just really bums me out. And like I don't know, that just is really kind of disappointing, and that's where that lower score is. Excuse me, but the size is okay. This is like a normal Oracle deck. I'm particular about the size, especially when using them a lot, because it's easier for me to shuffle with smaller decks. But as you can see, I'm not having any sort of issues, so the size is fine. The packaging is great. That's what sold me on this. And they need to really readdress and really put out their cards to look like this and have this kind of aesthetic. Because this is not, if you were to give me these cards and say that this was from this box, I wouldn't believe you. It's a very different aesthetic than what they're presenting. But the box is very, very sturdy. It's a nice, sturdy, heavy-duty box. The guidebook is informative, and at least the ones that I read over are accurate. They do have on here, they have that Crow Tarot spread, if you're into spreads. But I also like the fact that there isn't a lot of pictures, because it just irritates me when they put pictures and that's all in black and white and whatnot. It's just like, come on, man. So, just overall, I think that it's definitely a solid B-. And I just think the biggest thing was this packaging. It's so good. The aesthetic is so unique and beautiful. And then you get to the cards in the deck and the artwork, and it doesn't match up to this. So solid B-, but still a really good deck. I will be using this as well. So if you have any questions about this deck, just make sure you comment below. Also, like this video, follow my channel for any more of these reviews, as well as follow me on Instagram. And also, if you want a tarot reading for me, I am offering right now tarot readings, monthly tarot forecasts, and yearly tarot forecasts. And the yearlies are a limited time only, so make sure you book yours today. All right, well, thanks so much for hanging out with me and checking out this Crow Tarot by MJ Cullinane, and I will see you guys later. Bye.